All right. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Hello. Welcome to a new stream. Welcome to a new stream. Welcome to my first stream using the IPadPro to sketch live. It's the first time doing this, so I hope you guys have fun. We can do some warm-ups, do some sketching, right? It's the first time streaming doing this, so something happens, please forgive me. But yeah, just wanted to warm up today, and yeah, I'm here, and how you guys doing today? How you guys doing? How you guys are genki desu ka? You guys are genki today? Yeah, we're back here, and it's gonna be fun because this is my first time doing this stream on my iPad actually, and I was setting up this yesterday, and yeah, I was like, oh man, I really want to stream using the iPad because I like to sketch here for like warming up and stuff, and having this here, so also like, well, I can do my relaxing, like drawing and doing my sketching like I usually do, and share it with you guys. Even though you can always share the file that you produce from the IPadPro, I think it's cool to like just do it like real time, you know. Saludos desde México. Bueno, un saludo to everybody. Hello to everybody. If I sound a little bit noisy, like nasal, is because I woke up a while ago and allergies are kicking a little bit today. So if I don't sound the best, again, woke up a little bit late today. Everything's going good. Actually, I've been streaming on Twitch. Lately. Yesterday I did three hours. So if you guys follow me on Twitch as well as here, I'm gonna be streaming on both platforms whenever I can. I thought about Twitch, but I at the same time want to give some love to YouTube to spend some time with you guys as well. These drawings are warm-ups, so I'm warming up. So if it doesn't look good or great, especially faces, it takes a while. No, this is the point of warming up, and it's also a challenge to make mistakes and don't get like good drawings at the start of the stream when everybody's looking at it. I need to hide these updates. Right? But yeah, I'm gonna be warming up, and you guys will see later on the process of how everything goes. Yeah, I'll get better. Usually in the morning is like this. It's a little bit like this. But if you guys are also like guys watch Twitch, feel free to join Twitch. If you have questions about the brushes that I'm using, they are available on my website. You guys can join the website. And well, those notifications that you see now, they're from Twitch. I'm looking forward to make these notifications for YouTube so I can read all your names, you know. Yeah, I use custom brushes. These are my brushes that I have here, and these are the custom ones that I have, and most of the things are already on my website. And yeah, I only use these, and usually they're like a variation of the ones I already have. And this one has more texture than this other one, so depending on how I'm feeling to sketch, I change. This one has more like darker, this one has more texture, so I like that. I like that, to having that kind of texture when I'm sketching. Feels like traditional, even though the screen from the iPad is very smooth and sleek and everything. Having that texture kind of like fools your brain to think that you're actually doing something more traditional, right? And yeah, I'm gonna be answering some of the questions, but again, I'm gonna be warming up, so it's okay if you guys can, like, if your question disappears from the chat, you can just ask again or send me a super chat. Always great. Yeah, some weird eyes there. Probably it's kind of hard to warm up already with a face like at an angle, but yeah. On Twitch, I've been cleaning the sketches, cleaning a bunch of sketches from my traditional sketches. I've been cleaning those, and on Twitch. So if you guys go to my Twitch, you'll be able to see the process of cleaning and chatting over there. On YouTube, I'm gonna be more like sketching, like I'm doing here. So over there I'm sketching as well, but I'm not like sketching from scratch. I have my old sketches, and then I'm cleaning them, and I'm working on those as I clean them for my sketchbook volume 5. Sketchbook volume 5 is coming probably around March. If I keep the rhythm that I have right now, probably by that time frame I will have the sketchbook. And let's see some questions here. Best app to use for the iPad? Well, obviously this one, which is Procreate. I always like to use this one, especially for sketching. I have done some other illustrations and paintings with this software, and I'm gonna probably showing to you guys some of the other paintings I have done here. Let's see. This is like my folder of a bunch of illustrations, and this is one I did on the iPad. That was like on the spot painting some trees. I was in Colorado, and I was just doing like a painting, and it was really fun to do this kind of studies, painting and trying different brushes. And most of these brushes are from the software itself, so I didn't create anything here, right? And yeah, there's a bunch of software, but I have been mostly working on my computer, so I don't have that many. I haven't tried so many software. This was another one that I did, like sitting on a river, whatever, like very quickly. So, and I have a bunch of sketches of different things I've drawn. So this is good also because I can show you guys the drawings I do on the iPad. You guys kind of like have like a view of what I have on my iPad, personal iPad. So this is what I use, and I have some other drawings that I did. Yeah, I want to use the animation features. I haven't done it, but I'm definitely like looking forward to do that because I want to add some cute animations and stuff on the Twitch interface. So I definitely want to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the stuff that I like to sketch, and I have a bunch of layers with a bunch of stuff. These are like warm-ups and things like that, faces for practices and stuff. You know, this is where I have most of my stuff, and sometimes I forget that I have all these practices here and stuff like that, right? So, and I also need to export a bunch of these. Also have like the Psylocke sketch that I did for my sticker, and this is like another one. This is the traditional one that I thought about working on, but I'm like, okay, I think this pose is fine, but I'm gonna use maybe like sketch something from the scratch, and as I work, this is like a better idea of what I wanted. And after this one, I went and redrew everything again, like here. So it's always good to draw something and then work on top of that. Man, some sketches are not tidy at all, I'll tell you. Some of them are messy. And so yeah, I have a bunch of sketches that are like, doesn't make sense. Other ones, I think I haven't posted this anywhere, so you guys are getting the preview, getting the good things here. I'll show you this material. Yeah, I think nobody have seen these sketches. Somebody asked, how do you balance studying and personal work, feeling that you are improving? I think we can always rely on what we know and work at that level with the things that we know, but it's always good to have some time to learn something, even if it's just a little bit during the week. As long as you put some time, then you're gonna have you're gonna feel like you're improving a little bit, right? If you feel like you have weaknesses in some areas, then you should definitely work on those little by little, or you can spend a bunch of days doing that. Sometimes I go in a study spree that where I really want to like practice something or figure out something that, you know, I thought like I was able to draw well. And you can draw things, but you always can make them better, right? You can always like actually learn better what's going on. And sometimes you need people to tell you like, oh, you need to improve here, or not improve, like more like, oh, I see some things here, maybe you want to like pay attention to that or not, right? Don't be afraid to erase a little bit. Well, vale, gracias. Thank you for that. Let's see your questions. My sketches are tidy, but some of them are not so tidy. Hey, how do you balance work? Yeah, I mean, for work and all of that, you have to set kind of like a schedule or like some rules of like, well, what do I have to do this week? What do I need to deliver this week? And something that helps me, or something that pushed me to have something to complete on time, is definitely Patreon. So Patreon is always like a motivator for me to like, wow, okay, this month ended, so now this new month, what I'm gonna be creating, and it should be like ready by about before the end of the month, right? And how I can keep my patrons engaged and everything. And so I have a set of things that I should be doing, no? Like if I'm gonna create something like a new sticker, so I should start with the design, and then as I work with the design, I think about, well, how long is it gonna be, how long is it gonna take this to print, how long is it gonna be taking for me to like post it, how much time do I have to have commissions that I need to do. Like, it's more about organization for sure, and making sure that the things you need to do are covered And also feel free to take some time to study, you know. Taking some time for that is always good. Like right now, these are not for study. Well, these are like a little bit of a study, you know. I'm warming up and trying to like to learn something maybe from these, or warm up to my usual speed, be more accurate with my lines and stuff like that. But yeah, try to like make a list. Like, what do you need? You need more practice. For me, at least color is something I want to improve more. There's always room to improve color. Like, there's never ending. Then composition. Composition is another one that you can improve all the time. It's always good to always work on these two. And the rest could be like anatomy, or like rendering of planes. And when I say planes, are like the planes of the face, right? The face have like planes that you can shade. So the more you know about those planes, the better your artwork will come, because that's how you know where you're gonna place your highlights and where the highlights should be, right? I think we as artists we can learn like by seeing other people draw, like where we should be, like, you know, like according to the style. You might think, oh well, this style that I like, this person draw, and then he likes to add this, or she whatever likes to add a highlight here and a highlight here and one here. But you are just like seeing that as a oh, that's kind of the spots where the highlight should be, right? But if you move the light to this side, right, then you have to think, well, maybe the highlight falls here and falls here and falls here. Maybe there's some light following on this plane of the face. So you have to think more about the conditions, right, of the drawing. Even though if it's really graphic, you need to think about those things. Yeah, thank you for coming to the stream, and thank you all you guys. We have already 202 people. That's a lot. It's a lot of people here. So if you guys are first time viewers, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you get some notifications of my streams and all the stuff that we do here, the shenanigans we do, right? Say, how long does it take to build my style? To develop my style, I mean, through the years it starts developing, but you get your signature kind of way of you draw, like hair, or the way you draw certain lines, or the way you draw the eyes. But it's always good to have the variation. Like, I wouldn't settle for only one way of drawing things. Like, obviously I can do these kind of eyes, but then you can do something more like Disney eyes, you know. Maybe you can do like more realistic kind of eyes. So the more you know, the more you can play with that, you know. You can play more with that kind of knowledge. Like, maybe I want my drawings to be like more realistic this time, but with a little bit of cartoonish, right? Maybe you want to add that there, right? Maybe you want something more like realistic, and then maybe like you want to like maybe add something more graphic to that. So that's how you can balance things, and then you decide later on. And if you guys have been following me for a long time, my work has changed a lot, because I like comics, but I also like anime and manga, and also like European comics, and also I like cartoon styles, you know. So I try to like, you know, dance between those art styles, or depending on what I want or how I feel like I would like to do. Sometimes I feel like, well, I want to do something really funny and silly and change to that, right? Or sometimes I just want to do something more like more realistic, and that's where you challenge yourself, right? Like, how cartoony can I do this? right? So I wouldn't worry too much about these drawings. They're just like warm-ups. And something that I like to do for warm-ups is, you know, even with the iPad, you know, building some cubes. It's always good. They don't come good the first time, right? So that's the point. And, you know, some cubes in perspective, you know. Well, you guys can see my screen and moving my hand. Sometimes I do like this to stretch, you know, warm up. I'm warming up, right? So you want to have some kind of like three-dimensional like awareness of objects and stuff, like maybe something under this, you know, some lighting coming under this plane, right? So these are like good warm-ups. And if you guys follow or know about Ahmed Adori, he's another YouTuber here. Yeah, he likes to do these kind of things, and you know, they're simple, but then you like, you get your brain and your arm, you know, they start getting more used to drawing these things. You know, it's about like having that connection, building that connection, the accuracy of your lines with the drawing, right? And you can get like a sphere, right? So kind of sphere, you know, something not too complicated. Something simple and easy is always good. Let's see what you guys say. Wish YouTube would allow more old content. Yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna happen here. I was on Twitch on my phone and I didn't see you live on there. Yeah, I'm streaming here and also streaming on Twitch, so both. So you have to follow on both, so you know when we're not gonna be going live, right? Let's do something cute here. Something sexy. Let's see what you guys are saying. What if you draw but don't often practice in the areas you need to improve? Procrastinating? No, probably you're getting complacent with your style. You're getting, you know, you're relaxed. Like obviously I can draw, for example, I can draw the female figure, right? And I like to draw that most of the time, but at the same time, well, I want to practice other things, right? And you can be doing commissions and work, and the work will always be based on the things that you know. People will ask you, hey, can you draw this character or that character? And they want what you have so far in terms of knowledge, right? So I wouldn't call it procrastinated, but definitely if you can always, you know, do your practice and all that, it's always good. Like, just I see it as a basketball game, right? You're gonna perform, especially if you have seen the documentary of the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. It's like a game, right? There's always practices. There's warm-ups. There are drills that people do. They extra strategies and practicing and you know, challenging yourself and everything. So when the game comes, and in this case, the game is the artwork that you're gonna do for a client, or you can actually perform, right? And that kind of, the more you practice, the more you're gonna be able to improve and get better, you know. But it can happen. It happened to me, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm drawing my things. I'm doing good drawing the things I like to draw, and I'm having fun, which is okay too. But if you have that mentality, like, well, you know, I actually want to improve more in these areas, and you focus on that, you will see the improvement. Probably the trick for people who are starting to draw is to know where to improve, right? You're like, oh, I don't know what I'm lacking, you know, what do I need? Probably that's the hardest part, and that's the part that comes with experience. Because the more you draw, the more you're like, oh, I see my mistakes. If you can see your mistakes, and you can see that every time you draw, then you're gonna be able to critique yourself, and then you'll be able to like improve based on that, right? You might want to improve based on what you're lacking. Also ask other people people that friends, family, sometimes people who are not related to art, instead, but somebody who can actually tell you, right? Hey, dude, like, I think this looks weird. Like, my mom will always help me with that. My mom will be like, REIQ, this is nice, I like this, but I feel like, don't you think the lips are too big? Or don't you think that this thing should be like this? I don't know. But she was saying in a way I was like, oh. But she was not like, oh, this is wrong, like, you should do it again. It was more like, maybe you can see that. Like, I don't know, she doesn't draw. Well, she draws, but not like at this level. But as humans, we can see things like, oh, this is kind of off. So it's like a fresh pair of eyes that can tell you something. Somebody who's nice, who's honest, and they will tell you things. Not everybody. Some people just are assholes and they want to tell you like, oh man, I don't know, I don't care, like whatever. I don't know. Find the right people to tell you these things, if you can. Family, somebody you can rely on, you know. It's always good. Seems like my stickers have arrived. Let's see. What are some of good tips for drawing dynamic poses? Learning anatomy, learning about perspective. It's always good. How do you get around Procreate Transform tool? It ruins the line quality no matter what setting I use. Yeah, probably it will get a little bit blur if we go here to selections and I want to select this part of the face and then I want to transform this and warp it up. Yeah, probably the lines go a little bit blurry. Probably not that much. Yeah, it got a little bit blurry, right? So you can go to filters and then you can sharp. You can sharp with a pencil, right? I think this is how it works. And then you can sharp some areas that you need. Let me see, is it like this or like that? I haven't used this feature in a while. So wait. Now you go here to sharpen layer, and then you can bring back that sharpness of your layer. So that could be one way of doing it, you know. And also if you're sketching on the iPad, you can, you know, transform this, make it bigger, adjust it, you know. Or I draw things many times over and over again, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, because unless I'm gonna do something really clean and final, then I probably move to Photoshop, right? I move to Photoshop, I move to like another software, and over there I will probably sketch and redraw things. And that's one of the rules too. Like if you're gonna do your drawings, and if you're gonna work on something, you can do multiple passes, you know. Just draw it again until you feel like, oh, okay, this is kind of like what I want. It's like polishing, no? You're polishing, but you're improving like composition. Maybe you're throwing different ideas, and then after all the ideas click, then you're like, okay, this is what I want, right? Yeah, it's like a mix of imagination. I have like a reference there, but just to build something. Some of them are from imagination, some stuff are not, you know. It's always like also good if you're like warming up, you can use some reference to warm up, then use some parts of imagination to draw the way you want to draw. It's just about getting that coordination and, you know. And yeah, I like to start my sketches like maybe some reference, and then from there I just build it and make it my own, add my own touches to the drawing, right? Maybe fill some areas with some pencil, like some shadows, right? Complex poses from imagination. Yeah, think about perspective, right? Think about the perspective of what I'm gonna be drawing this pose from, right? The eye level, right? What's the eye level? What's the eye level that I'm gonna explain soon? I just warming up. I just wanna cut the flow of this sketch. So let me sketch a little bit of this on this one, and then I'm gonna move on. I'll explain that how we'll go for a dynamic compose. But I think something important to have in mind is what pose are you gonna draw, right? Like, is this person jumping? Is this person standing? Is this person sitting down? Like, what is it? That could be something that can get in the middle. Like, if you go here, like, okay, what am I gonna draw? Like, I don't know. Then it can be a problem because you don't know exactly what are you looking for. Yeah, you're just like guessing, right? You're guessing like, oh, maybe I just draw this person standing. Maybe I don't draw this person standing. So if you have an idea of what you want, of at least set up something like, oh, I want this person to be sitting down, or I want to be this person doing this or doing that, then you're gonna have an easier time to coming up with that pose, right? So establish some kind of rules for that pose, or at least have some main idea. And for that, that's why like reference can come handy, because you're like, oh, I actually don't know what I want to draw. Maybe I want to draw somebody like sitting down, or if you have the idea, well, then now you can move to the next. So first one will be start with an idea, get some reference, improve, sketch again, and then fix, and then have fun. I know, well, preference, sketch, no, wait, the sketch, no. You have to go down here, like sketch, and then they have, think about the perspective, you're gonna be drawing that, and then think about the eye level, and then, you know, start sketching and think of keeping the ideas running on terms of like perspective, eye level, and then you can fix it later, right? So like for the dynamic poses, I can, you know, I can think about my eye level, right? And this might be like a little bit more complicated, but you know, why not? So eye level to me is like, if you're gonna draw a figure, right? This is your figure, and this is the middle of the figure. Where you wanna place that, I go like eye level, right? If you put the eye level down here, then you're gonna have a perspective like this, right? The perspective is gonna come like that. And if you have an eye level that comes from here, your perspective is gonna come like this, right? So this figure will have some kind of like uniform, distort. Yeah, it will have some kind of like perspective like this, right? According to the eye level. So that's something like when you draw a figure like standing, right? You wanna probably, if you want to like put it in the middle, then it's gonna be pretty straightforward, like, you know, somebody standing, hey. But if you put the eye level like lower, then you're gonna have a figure like more like this, right? Hey. Your eye level is lower. I don't know. It probably it's kind of hard to explain. It took me a while to understand those things. So I don't expect that at once it will click. Yeah, for example, right, this one probably have like an eye level all the way up here to the eyes, because the kind of like the perspective is like this, right? You have like a perspective and it resides as it goes to the back. So I know my eye level is there, and I know the closer I draw, the closer the elements or the parts, the bigger they will look because of, yeah, perspective, right? So that's why the feet, and that's why the leg, and that's why the torso here might end up looking bigger, and then the face and the head, you can actually go and make it smaller, right? And then you're gonna have that perspective a little bit more like nicer, right? Hey, thank you, Eugene Dream. Yeah, you were yesterday on my Twitch stream. So welcome to this session here, right? So again, if I miss your questions or something, just write it again, and I'll be back. I'll be reading them again. Somebody wrote Green Joe. Have a hard time with shading on my art. Well, how do you do it? Dude, like here, right? You have set up some elements on your table, and then just render the heck of it, right? You can have some simple objects and then just render, try to get all the values in there, right? You got your core shadow, and then you can start like blending some elements, right? You have your shadow as well, and I mean the further it is, the more blur it will get, right? And you have like inner, yeah, you have some bouncing light there. And I would say go and search for, this guy is always good, he's a great teacher, Scott, I think that's how you write it, Scott Robertson, and then you type rendering, and he has amazing videos and books and everything. So this guy is always great. Like I learned from looking at his learning from his tutorials and videos and stuff that he make about rendering traditionally or with markers, and that helped me a lot. Have a hard time with shading? Yeah, I'll answer that. So the more you do these kind of like studies, and make them simple, man. Make them simple and easy. Like I just did a sphere, and that's it. Like don't overcomplicate yourself too much with other elements, because then you're trying to make a pretty drawing and you are not making a study, right? You can also add some kind of highlights there. Maybe you don't want to go all the way to gray, but maybe you can have some highlight, right? Some kind of highlight there. And you can have some rim light too on this side. So it's just adding those elements, right? Like light source, highlights, core shadow, bouncing light, shadows, edges, right? You can work your edges, and it also is good to add in the back some kind of darker value, so you can bring that object to the front, or at least make it more like three-dimensional, right? You know, so as soon as you have these, you're like, okay, well, now you have to do it again and 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 again. And it's fun. That's what you do, no? When you're painting and you're drawing, you're working on that, right? So those will be my advice, or to practice rendering. Make it simple, and then you add more things as you go. You can complicate a little bit as you go, but that's how you can the basic, if you master basic things, basic elements, like really basic ones, then you're gonna be able to render everything, right? You're gonna be able to break down into simple shapes, and then like, okay, this stuff is this. You can take like something like this, like a USB, and then put it somewhere and rendering like, you know, maybe something simple shapes, and then you can like render those things. Dude, about structure, I have a video on my YouTube channel that talks about the parts of how I build a figure. So I'm probably not gonna go completely into explaining here, but since I'm gonna do another sketch, I'm going to, like, you know, build a little bit the drawing so you guys can see. I remember this is a warm-up session, right? So if you guys are drawing along with me, don't get yourself too worried if it doesn't look perfect or anything like that, right? And again, I have drawn the female form for like a long time. You can see my YouTube channel, right? And my work. So I basically, I have mastered that, you know. I mastered the anatomy, I mastered all these things. But even then, if it's not looking right, you know, there's always something you can change, maybe something you can add. So drawing the torso, I have a video there you guys can use. But I like to draw the torso, and you can see that on my videos and everything, because then from there I can start building. And then instead of thinking about anatomy construction, I think about, you know, measurement. You need to measure like how long is the arm and what is the other arm doing, right? Like draw the length of this from the back, and then you can add the hand gesture, and then you can even add some kind of like sphere here with the tilt of the head, and already this will tell you a lot of what are you building, right? So keep it simple. That's the thing, and that's the thing that could be difficult, actually. Keep it simple, because we tend to draw something, and then we start like drawing something and start building around it, and you know, like kind of we have to like keep it simple. Like, oh, what is this? It's like a head. Okay, make some simple basic construction, and then build from there. Whatever, put the eyes and the mouth, and you know, and then you can start building on top of that structure. So that's why for me, like, a structure is so important, to at least be able to render things in three-dimensional space, right? And there's something really good good exercise that I did a long time ago from a class called dynamic sketching. And basically you draw whatever shape, right? Like whatever shape. But then you want to make this shape three-dimensional, right? How do you make this stuff three-dimensional? Is by adding, well, in 3D will be loops, right? Like edge loops, which basically are contour lines, right? Sometimes to add some contour lines, and then maybe some center lines that go around the object. And maybe this is the center, but then I want to divide this again. So now I have more of a three-dimensional object. It doesn't matter what shape it is. Yeah? Don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the channel and follow on Twitch, or Twitter, or everywhere. So feel free to join. So you have that shape, and the same. If you have this shape, you can do the center line first, and then you can do the other line, and then you can start doing the edge loops around the, and then you know, it becomes more three-dimensional, right? So that's basically with everything, right? If you're gonna draw an eye, probably an eye is a circle, and then it has the eyelids, and then it has that kind of structure, right? And then we have the eyebrow. Well, there's a skull, and then we have the eyebrow and everything. But you want to also kind of map that, right? If it was like a three-dimensional object, right? And that's how you can think about how things can be mapped. It's like a 3D mesh, you know? So when you think about that, then you know how things can be more three-dimensional because of the center lines. Actually, the center line should be here, right? So it sells that three-dimensionality feeling. And then you can decide because of the planes where you're gonna add some shade, right? Maybe here, maybe under this plane here, some shadow, right? The eyebrow. Maybe you wanna close the eyelid a little bit. But yeah, it's about that construction, 3D construction, right? Okay, and then, well, I'm gonna delete this. Or I just leave it there just to remember what I was talking about. So we take this and then we move it away. Yeah, that's a lot of good information. It's very simple, but the simpler it is, the more you're gonna be able to improve. About drawing eyes, again, guys, you can subscribe to my channel, or if you haven't been already there, I have a tutorial on how to draw eyes. It's eyes from like anime to more realistic style. So that information is out there. And probably I'm not going to be explaining all of that here, but I have a tutorial that I did a long time ago. It's long, it's a little bit long, it's a long tutorial, but I think it's good. I take my time to explain, and that's another thing, right? Like sometimes the YouTube videos that other people are making for tutorials can be too short, I feel sometimes. Like when I go to classes, my classes were like 3 hours long, right? Or maybe 2 hours long. So 1 hour of content, like learning how to do something and doing it right, I think is better. Because you also need to practice that, right? So, yeah. I think I could find some more fancy music recently. Hello, REIQ. I have a question. When I'm studying art and I want to keep my knowledge in my mind, I don't want to forget. Well, you just gotta keep drawing, man. You gotta keep practicing. I practice plenty of portraits and things like that, and you need to go back and warm up, you know. It's like skating, at least for me, skating on rollerblades. Can't expect just to jump there and be like, okay, I can do this. You have to go back and focus on that area. It's always like oh, I have this knowledge, and you go like, oh, I have this knowledge, and then you stop, and then the knowledge is like, okay, goodbye, and they start going down. It's the same. So because probably at this point you were like doing faces and things, but then here then you're like, oh, I'm gonna draw something else, and then you get better at this, but the other one just falls a little bit. So you have to go back and pick this up, and then that's the game, man. Basically that's like drawing something and then just keep it there. Obviously something's gonna be left, so you don't have to start from zero, but then always just gonna like go down, so you always have to back again and pick it up. So that's a progression of improvement. This is my theory. Probably not, because I'm a very stable genius. I'm just kidding. Alright, we got classy now with some music. wait, this music. Oh, that's interesting. Bueno, un saludo para todos. I'm explaining in English and Spanish, so mostly in English today. Así que no se desalienten, muchachos. Oh, thank you guys. Also have a Twitch. If you wanna join the Twitch as well. Well, thank you to High Power Productions. Are all you guys artists? You guys like to draw stuff like that? I assume that that's the case. I like this pencil. It's very has a lot of texture. Something I don't like from digital art is just that pencil that is just so clean. It's good for like inking, but when you're sketching, you wanna have like, at least for me, I wanna have that. Oh, that's good, guys. How many artists here? You guys are my competition. Whoa! No, just kidding. But yeah, well, that's good. We are all in this world of art, improving in our journey to forever. These drawings are, you see, this is pretty small. I like both. I like both, to be honest. But for some reason, I find this is like a mix, because I'm drawing on a looks like a sketchbook kind of feel, right? Digital sketchbook with the IPadPro. So I don't feel it's like as digital as if I'm working on Photoshop. Yeah, probably I can show you some of my other drawings that I have on my iPad. Right, so if you have this, you can also play with the proportions, right? You can grab this and then go here to liquify, and then what's the size of the brush? Pretty big. You can push a little bit some of the elements, right? So that's a good thing about digital, right? You can tweak things around, move things around, and tweak things here and there. I'm gonna go with big hips, cause yes. Yeah, that's right. You have some Lupin music. Oh, thank you for joining the stream today. Arigatou gozaimasu. we are over an hour so far streaming. Well, I'm thankful for everybody who have taken some time of your day to watch the stream. You know, it's always good to have some company while we sketch, while we warm up, while we do our drawings or do drawings, right? And I like to spend time here sharing this time with you guys as well. We can motivate each other through drawing, right? And what I like about this is like this is not actually work for me. Like this is not a sketch I'm doing for some kind of work. So very like relaxing. Before I will stream more me working on pieces and stuff like that, but I don't find that entertaining enough. Unless you like want to hang out and that's it. But I think it's fun to see people like sketching, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna sketch more. People like to see sketches and things happening on the screen, so that's why I'm doing my sketches and building on those. Yeah, and you need some emojis, right? Wanna build a hand, palm of the hand. We wanna draw those fingers. Think about that thumb, where it's gonna be placed. Anatomy there, and then some. Also, don't forget the rest of the costume, yeah? 'Cause I don't wanna get banned. Gotta put in some clothes. Yeah, pencil on paper is always fun to do. And I think the IPadPro is a good halfway, you know. It's like feels like a sketchbook, but it's not. It's like a digital sketchbook kind of, you know. So you can bring it, use it wherever you need, as long as you have battery and your pen is not dying. That's the only thing. This pen that I'm using is the previous generation. This is not the latest IPadPro. So I've been having this one for like over 2 years, maybe more. And still doing that great. And I like it. So no need to upgrade yet. I wanna fix the neck a little bit. Some earrings. Unas palabras en español, yeah. This elevator music, yeah. This is elevator music to relax. Define that shoulder. Do you draw looking into reference or use the memory? Both. You know, it's good to have like a reference to start or to study. Makes it easier to start the sketching, and then once you feel like you're on it, you can start building on top of that, or you can just do your own drawing from imagination. But yeah, always like reference is always helpful. Maybe help you to draw something. Don't have to think too much. Just or you just, maybe the idea that that post is giving you is more fun to whatever you might come on yourself on your own, because there's some information that even if you were drawing on your own, you probably won't come up with that idea or that kind of shading or that kind of like anatomy point that you are like you don't see because you're probably not thinking about that. Well, guys, let's say hello to Micah Chang.
Hello.
She's here to read your comments.
I just started using digital for the first time a couple weeks ago. How can I get a nice pencil brush like that?
You can go to my website, and I have the brushes there. All the brushes that I'm using here are there.
Where do you find good reference?
Where do you find good reference? Micah.
They asked you.
Everywhere on the internet. Go to, I don't know, Twitter. Go to Instagram. I usually think like if you go to Instagram, something will lead to another and to another and to another. So you might find some good ones. Like the posts that you like, just save it and then remember to practice from then later on. Right?
Minea says, congrats on citizenship and stuff.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Much appreciated. Molto obrigado. Muchas gracias. Arigato gozaimasu.
Pinterest is a pretty good resource, though.
Oh, yeah, Pinterest. Yeah, I forgot about that. Of course, Pinterest is easy. Just type there, like, cool pose or whatever. I don't know.
I recommend looking up athletes for poses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said.
Hmm?
Yeah, we see you. Also, buy stuff from Gumroad. They have plenty. There's also a lot of ref packs for posing on ArtStation Marketplace that you can look into. Hola, what's your Twitch link?
My Twitch link is man, now I'm a papa. Shit. Damn, now I'm a papa. What's it? No.
What are you doing?
Trying to add my Twitch. This wires.tv.
You remember the URL?
Yeah,
That's
great.
impressive.
TV. So you can go there and join. Hopefully the link is working.
Oh, you're a Nikki stan. No wonder you talk like that. She's a barb. Nikki is the queen of rap. Favorite artist? Not safe for work or safe for work?
Which one would you say, Mike?
Well, they're asking you.
Yeah, but help me.
Well, you like Sorayama, yeah?
Yeah, that's one of many. Yeah.
Yeah, you. Yeah, he has way too many art books for this question, you guys. You should just make a video where you show off your art book collection at this point. I think that would better answer their question.
Well, I like Masamune Shiro. It's always good classic. Jun Tsukasa. Murata Ring.
Somebody asks for the link to your website. Let me get my phone so I can do this stuff. You don't need to worry about that.
Do you enjoy No Safe for Artists like H? Yeah, of course. I think my favorite one is Takeda Hiromitsu. I just don't want to like lead you guys to darker places. That could be really dark. And also, you guys, if you have a sketch like this, you can use the smudge tool, smudge it, and you can smudge a little bit some of those sketch lines that are like peeking there, so you can create a little bit actually of value, you know, by blurring a little bit these lines. Right? So you can take those sketchy lines that you don't need, blur them, you know. Also here you can blur those, create a little bit of value.
I think someone's asking if you do master studies.
Master studies. I did a lot of studies or drawings from paintings. I haven't done many master studies from paintings, like painting. But I have done a lot of drawings when I was traveling around Europe or going here to museums. I will just bring my sketchbook and sketch the compositions and sketch a little bit or take some photos, and then
the statues, right?
Yeah, from the statues or paintings that are really good paintings, and then you can study some of the composition or even colors or techniques. So I took a bunch of pictures for sure, and I practiced from those. When I went to France, I took a lot of pictures from all the sculptures they had, and those I used them to sketch and practice.
What do you usually do when you're not drawing?
Skating. I'm going for like some rollerblade skating outside, or playing video games like Overwatch all the time. Right, Micah? She doesn't like that I play too much Overwatch.
That's not true.
No, she actually tell me, go play some Overwatch, man.
Yeah, I'm always trying to get him to take breaks, if anything. He works probably a little too much. Like, it's healthy to take a break. So if you play Overwatch, I don't mind.
Sometimes you gotta take a break.
I like the 80s cartoon style. So realistic and so detailed.
I think these characters, you need some kind of like kiba, some fangs.
Is that one character with the shorts? No, she's supposed to have blue hair. My bad.
Yeah, no, this is just... Forget the tail. Next time I'm gonna have here like a better camera. I'm gonna have a coffee, a cappuccino, very fancy. Let's see, tengo una duda. ¿Qué programas utilizas para transmitir el iPad? I use a Connect Air Server, se llama. Air Server. Yeah, this is a relaxing vibe, my friends. Welcome to the club. Take a seat, get your sketchbook out, and let's do some drawings today. Because it's better to sketch today than tomorrow.
You need to get you a curly afro.
Yeah.
And a button up.
Yeah. Some whiskey that I will never drink.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I was actually looking at a whiskey set the other day.
Right?
No, I don't have anyone to drink whiskey with.
It's gonna be like a persona intro menu.
Yeah, like the chicken Catherine with the afro.
Yokoso, golden, was it like a golden hour?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so you see the warm up already kind of happened. Like I'm already like just drawing.
Who is this? They have a chill tone. This girl? Are they asking who you're drawing?
I don't know. It's like
she's a model.
Yeah. En el futuro, bueno, en el futuro voy a estar haciendo algunos, bueno, estoy compilando, no sé si se dice así en español también, el Sketchbook Volume 5, el próximo Sketchbook número 5. Así que estén pendientes. Animaciones, sí. I'm thinking about doing some animations. Maybe I'll try the iPad animation feature for something very simple things for the characters. Dude, I don't know what is Wix. What is Wix Saga?
I honestly don't know. I know Wix, the site provider, and I know Winx, the little girls TV show, but I don't know what that is. Can you sketch ahead from below?
Below? Like how?
I don't know. Maybe they're asking if you can draw a head upside down or a head, like a top-down angle, like in perspective.
Yeah, I could do that.
Maybe that's what they're asking. I'm not really sure. Or no, like looking up, like up somebody's nose, I think. So we're below the head, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I like to do those.
A Netflix alert that popped up. Oh, so you have Netflix alerts popping up on this screen? What? Like a low angle, yeah.
Yeah, I need to like turn off notifications on the iPad.
Grim Reaper says, thank you for the streams, but it's in Spanish. I don't know the second half of that sentence.
Oh, yeah. Well, gracias por ver. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, Mr. Grimm.
What sketch brush is that? It's actually his Procreate set, which you can find on his site, REIQ.art, and then you can see them in there.
This is a very close up, so zooming. That happens, guys. You can start like zooming in and zooming and zoom. Then you get like all the way here. It's like wow. And when that happens, you're running out of space. You cut this, and then paste. And there should be like a new layer here. And then we can make this one bigger. And as for the head request, I just like draw a circle. Sakura. Right? And think about it like a box angle. Then think about the back of the head. Think about the center line. You know, think about you need to draw a lot of skulls for sure. So sometimes I think about the structure of the skull, and then from there I can start building. Put the eye somewhere there, the jaw. It's a very loose sketch, right? Then I can draw the nose. Remember that the nose will probably cover some parts of the eye. Then the mouth here. You're gonna see more of the top of the lips, and the lower lips are gonna be a little bit more flat. Then I like to, create the planes here. It helps me, at least to me, to build that. kind of nice proportion there, separation. And then I like to draw the eyes and all of that stuff there. You know, making sure that they actually have like the right angle and, you know, the planes of the face and all of that stuff. It depends of how realistic or complex you want to draw that angle, right?
Do you also hate that the brush sizes are limited? I can never find a good eraser. Do you know a good one?
Eraser for Procreate?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, sometimes the eraser just like goes really big. I just use the one that I use for painting. I guess you have to try it, and probably like on the brushes settings you can go and change the size. What was it? Properties. So the brush will have a maximum size, and then it's gonna be a maximum and a minimum size. So according to how much you press on the iPad, the size will change. So try to like keep the sizes the same so they don't go too big or too small. That will be one of the things. You have to play with the settings, you know. Like the brushes that come there, they're fine, but you also have to like tweak a little bit things. ¿Has realizado una colaboración con una revista japonesa? No, pero he ido a concursos en Japón. I'm using your brushette to draw Princess Leia on Procreate. Well, thank you. Thanks for drawing those things with the brush. It's good for sketching. Yeah? And you can also paint. I just don't like to go to this corner and pick the color and pick the color and go and pick the colors. Kind of annoying, to be honest. So yeah, these angles like these, they require like studies for sure. Like a lot of studies, and use reference, because it can be complicated, especially when it's complicated with coming from the imagination. You know? It's always good to have reference. Maybe you can catch some things better later on. But this is like, that's the thing, when it comes for like constructions like this, they work. But sometimes they end up being too stiff, you know. So if I have that, sometimes I just want to like draw, you know.
Social Mix says you have really nice lines.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I'll make a construction how to draw cómo dibujar los labios. Just to make a quick one.
Can you teach us how to draw jiggly girls?
Well, for that you can go to my Patreon, and then there you can check some of the tutorials and videos that I have.
Can you actually speak Japanese?
はい、日本語話せます。Can you speak Japanese? Because I can start speaking a bunch of stuff. 日本語話せますです。話せますです。話せることができます。もし質問があれば、チャットで書いてくれて、乗りよくしてください。 Nyūryoku shite kudasai.
For all the viewers in the chat, I pinned the link to his website above, so if you're looking for his site and his brushes, you can check that out. Oh, you just got a...
Super Shoto!
Hope this buys you a beer in the US.
Oh, thank you, man. Probably like a coffee. Like a tea, actually.
Yeah.
I probably would drink a tea with that. So I'm gonna drink that tea to your name, Mr. Mihayarada. Yeah, if you join also Twitch, I'm gonna be telling your names in Japanese in a weird announcer voice.
Rate your Japanese from 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10, I'll give it like a 6.5, 7. There's a lot of things I still don't know, but I can talk plenty, and I understand plenty. So I guess like the last two, like 8, 9, or even like 7, like is to know all these complex kanjis and probably talk business, like talking really politely. That would be, the.
Looks like they want you to do a full stream in Japanese.
あ、そうなんですか. Well, when I get my YouTuber character, then I can do it 日本語で. They will be like a Venezuelan guy that is American doing a Japanese stream.
Very confusing.
ねえ、めっちゃ混乱しますね. I can do Japanese, but you guys can わかるのですか? 俺の日本語わかったら嬉しくなるでしょ? Yeah, maybe I can appeal to the Japanese audience as well.
Love your art. Keep up the good work.
So, hire me, Miyazaki.
You're buying a VR?
Do we need to buy a VR for that?
A VR set? I don't know. I've been thinking about it.
A VR set? Or do you need a VR set to do the
No.
VTuber thing?
No.
You need a kind of
Unless
like something to read, right?
If you're trying to do full body capture, you're gonna need to buy like the parts for it. But other than that, no.
So for the facial, you use facial, right? Recognition.
Your camera should pick that up. Are you becoming a VTuber? LOL.
So this.
Oh my god. What have you guys done?
私のチャンネルをようこそ.
Oh no.
あのさ.
Expat says, oh, すごい.
なんだこの野郎. なんだこの野郎. I like more of those.
You got another
beer. Damn, I'm gonna get drunk tonight.
a party.
It's a party. Party this.
You can do VTubing with just a cell phone.
マジですか?
You just need a webcam and software. かわいい.
ありがとうございます. Well, you can do anime voice. Can you do some anime voice for us, Micah?
Okay, what do I say?
Like, whatever you know in Japanese.
That's very limited.
Exactly, so say whatever you know.
皆さんこんにちは. There you go.
Uh-huh.
I'm not warmed up for this shit.
My
throat hurts, guys. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Reik-chan.
はい。何でしょうか?
Is there a difference between learning art from Japan and the West? Are they the same?
They have different ways for sure. I think Japanese they base a lot their learning of drawing like anime stuff into like shapes. They draw a lot of shapes to do their anime and all. If you see the anime, sometimes the anime has like these lines like very like choppy, and it's just the whole whatever thing it is. So if you see many of Japanese artists, they like to, throw those lines like. So they're working on kind of like the shape of things, and then they later just go and do that. I think our way of doing things are more construction. You can use more like a shadow, more like a, how do you call that? Yeah, more like a form, right? We tend to like add shadows, like comic books, right? Comic books have like a lot of shadows and are more like based into that. So construction too, a lot of construction.
You have a lot of range in your voice. I used to do a Hinata Hyuga impression, but I did it in English. I'm not really used to doing it in Japanese.
Do it.
No, it's embarrassing. I would like to voice act, but I don't really know how to get started, so... let's see, what document size and DPI do you work at, REIQ?
This illustration is around 3,000 pixels. Remember, this is a big iPad. This is the bigger one, and it takes like a bigger sizes, like for like documents and stuff. So usually 3,500 pixels, like wide, could work. 300 DPI all the time, no less than that.
Ha ha ha! Do it. That you're only saying that because your last name is Hyuga. No.
How do I Procreate? I have some problems with the stroke stability. I'm using Apple Pencil too. I don't know, my friend. I have the older one, so I don't know about technicalities like that. Maybe checking some kind of forum might help you. I'm still using the old iPad.
Someone asks, did you learn Japanese or are you Japanese?
Let me show the comment. I am not Japanese, but I learn in Japan. 日本で日本語を勉強しておりましたので、この日本語を話せることができます。Because I used to be a hardcore weeboo.
Someone asks for you to do an ara ara.
That? No, that's ora.
My stomach. Ow, ow, ow. I laughed too hard. Ow. Oh, my abs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dio.
Kono dio da.
Kono dio sama ka. No, he said like
Kono dio da.
No, dio.
That's the literal line.
Hora, Jotaro.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
自分近づければ目をぶちせない。Wow, vale, gracias. Thank you. So, guys, remember, if you have time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, so you get notifications when I stream again, and you can be notified, and that will help me if you enjoy this. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. The bell stuff, they still like you have to ring the bell
for notifications. Yeah. Oh, are you getting off the stream? Are you ending it?
No.
What? Oh.
No, just like a friendly reminder. But what time is it? Oh, it's already 4.
Oh, so do you watch anime with or without subs?
Without subs. No, with subs. I like both, because some words might be complicated. Like, I will never be able to watch Ghost in the Shell without subtitles. Like the standalone complex, because the themes
too complex.
Is too complex with the political, like talking and all the, immigrants, refugee, like body parts and things like that.
Ooh, you got another one.
Hey!
I forgot what they're called on this site though.
Man, Eugene is killing it, man. He was yesterday on the stream.
He's gonna kill you with alcohol poisoning. Bro. Add that to the tab. Thank you, Eugene.
Yeah. Arigatou gozaimasu, Eugene-san.
Arigatou. Let's see. I thought he was saying ara ara really fast, but it's better. It's JoJo. Wait, is ara ara a different meme, or is that from JoJo? Someone tell me.
I think some characters have different ways of saying, like muda muda.
Muda. But I thought ara was like some cutesy thing. Like I thought it was like a. I saw like a little girl going ara or something like that. Like I don't know. Oh, that's in Spanish. I can't read that.
Si pudieras imitar algún tipo de animación, Trigger. Wow, Trigger, sorry. Trigger. Imitaría a Trigger porque es más interesante. Es más.
It's a big sister thing. I will have to Google this. Ara is like MILFs and ora is for punching.
Yeah, I think my knowledge of anime.
Ara is what One-san say. MILF thing. Interesting. Ara o kawaii koto. Okay. Do you stream on Twitch?
Yeah. Is it gone? Are you pinned it up here?
I pinned your website, not your Twitch.
Can you add more to that pin?
I think you can just write another comment and also pin it. So try that. Do not confuse the two. Okay. Love to see you sketching as always. It's fun while I draw some stuff. Thank you so much, Fenril. Yo, why don't you do like voices for super chats?
Oh. Who said that? You?
I'm suggesting it, yeah. That's what I used to do for donations on Twitch.
Love to see you sketching always. Oh, thank you, Farrell. Yeah, I can do that. We can try that. If I get some super chats, I'll say something in Japanese. or Micah will say something in Japanese and I'll get the money.
I'm just gonna sell my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there, REIQ.
Hello.
Si pudieras... I can't read that.
Shonen, shoujo, seinen. Si haría un anime de comedia. Funny anime.
V-Work says, yo, man, big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thank you for looking at the art. It's always good.
You still have that sound.
Yeah. So if you guys subscribe to my, if you follow on Twitch, I'm gonna have some notification sounds.
If you could make an anime, which type would you make?
Yeah, I answered that. More like a humor anime.
Someone just translated it for me. Thank you for translating. I'm sorry that I can't read Spanish.
Yeah, thanks for watching there, man, Mr. Viperizer.
Thank you also, Cobalt Steel. I'm really tired, so I'm going to bed. I love your art, REIQ, and I'm really happy I could catch a stream of you sketching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
The brush you use is so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, say something.
Yeah, well, I'm drawing.
I'll just have to say it in your place then. He would say thank you if he wasn't zoned in. Sorry, I will try to send my questions in English. Do whatever is more comfortable for you. I'm just here to help REIQ keep track of the comments. How did you end up studying in Japan?
Well, I ended up there because I was a weeboo. No, because of my... Yeah, I was a weeboo then. No, I ended up there because a friend of mine was already living there, and I was like, oh man, I don't know, I'm my visa here in the UK is running out. And then he suggested, oh, if you come, like, we can find a school and you can study Japanese and stay here for like a year. And I was like, man, I don't have anything better to do. So, let's go. So I lived for like 2 years, 2 years and a half. I usually like to say 3 because I went back, stay a couple of months. Even last year, no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago already.
Not sure why, but drawing anatomy and poses are way easier for me than drawing original anime hairstyles. Am I broken?
What do you think, Micah? You can help?
Nah, you're not broken. You just probably need to spend more time drawing hair so you can get comfortable with it like you have with anatomy and poses. It's gonna feel bad for a while because it won't be easy, but after you get comfortable doing it and figure out a system for how you like drawing it, you'll be able to put them out no problem. Who is the best villain in animation for you and why?
That's a hard one. Maybe from Rurouni Kenshin. What's the name of this guy? Shisho-sama. About Dio. Dio's a mother. Dio's any character from like JoJo, actually. The guys who are like the villains are really intense.
Oh, this is Lupin music.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice until I heard the singing. Are you still active on DeviantArt, REIQ?
But not much lately. I need to update that. There's a lot of things to update, yeah?
Did you ever get a formal art education in the past? And if so, where did you get that? Also, in your opinion, is there any place you would recommend to learn art, such as a school, online programs, etc.?
Yeah, I learned on my own, like self-taught, for many years because I didn't have any money to study. YouTube was not a thing. that put me on the spot there. But a good school will be there are plenty now. But if you I wanted to study in a proper school that you are in like a physical place, you know. By the time there was already online courses and stuff, but I wanted to have that experience of being around other artists trying to, aiming for improvement. So I went to study here in Pasadena in a place called Concept Design Academy. And I remember seeing the school on some websites back in the day. And I saw it also on Imagine Effects magazine from 2006 or something, like a long time ago. And I'm like, I want to go to this school. And yeah, funny enough, my friend lived really close to the school when I was in Japan. He's like, oh yeah, I live here. It's like, dude, that's like 20 minutes walk from the school I want to go. I'm like, can I just go live in your house? Yeah, sure. And then ended up coming here and study. So Concept Design Academy is a good one if you're gonna go like physically to a place. But since we have like Corona-chan times now with all this virus going on and we had to be safe, I will suggest you go to well, if I had class I would probably suggest that, but I don't have one. But I would suggest going to Escolism. That's a good one. So Escolism is really good. I have taken plenty of classes there. Escolism, I think it's this way. If not, just Google it. And
it auto-corrected the URL.
Damn it.
That's not.
No?
No.
Can you type it?
Yeah, I'll fix it. Would you go on a date with the last video game character you played?
With Widowmaker, yes. Let's see what other things I have here.
Did you draw any fan art from Genshin Impact yet? Just curious because many artists did that.
No, I haven't.
Oh God. Oh no.
Yeah, I haven't drawn any of the characters. I don't actually know anything about the game. I know it's popular right now, but I haven't done any drawings. Some of the characters are cute, but I haven't put the time. Man, I like to draw more than play games. Like, well, I play when I really want to relax, but I don't know. If the game's gonna be like charging me halfway there, I'm like, no, thank you.
I feel like my lines are too stiff. Any advice to make my line art flow more?
Yeah, if you want to like improve your line, just put a dot, and try to connect those. Try to make lines that are at least as straight as possible. You see, mine are not getting like completely straight, so that's on control. Actually, like I have a video too, but you can make like a column like this, and then you can like try to connect one dot to the other dot as even as you can, see. And then other ones could be like doing, lines like to one side to the other side, having like a limit, right? Like I didn't connect here, so those are good. So doing like circles, like do this kind of calligraphy style, right? So it kind of makes you go.
Oh yeah, I saw that video of yours on the beginner level exercises, REIQ. It was harder than I thought. LOL.
Yeah, because then later you can make another shape, right? And then you're gonna try to do that as close as you can.
You can also find similar exercises to this on drawabox.com, where they have like a chart you can follow, I think.
All right. Well, we have so far almost 2 hours of live stream so far, eh? You want to sketch, Mike?
Looks like you're already sketching right now. It's fine.
Yeah, so probably gonna be here for a little bit longer. I'm glad that this stream went through. I'm gonna be here for like a little bit longer sketching. Just to let you know.
Any advice that not all artists say, but you think it may be important for newcomers?
What do you think, Mike?
Me? Well, I kind of mentioned this in another stream, but I would like to see more artists talk about layer management and stuff like that, and keeping their files organized as they work, so that they can work over time on a piece for a long period of time and not get overwhelmed by it. But that's not really something I can give full advice on, because it's something I'm still learning to do. But I definitely would tell someone to try and keep how they work in mind, or try to develop a workflow that they're compatible with, that won't make them feel overwhelmed, which means spending some time in the programs you're using and getting to know it and get comfortable in there.
Yeah, I probably will say I don't think it's like nobody says this, because how would I know how everybody has said so far? But I think it's to have like a positive mindset when doing art. I've seen plenty of artists that they get stuck because they have like a negative mindset about insecurities of showing the work, or there's a lot of like how do you call it when you like punish yourself?
Like being too hard on yourself?
Yeah, being hard on yourself because the drawings are not coming perfect the first time you did it, or like you have to understand, like even like when people already know how to do this stuff, like there's there are still things to improve. There are always things to get better, and you know, having a positive mindset will help you to keep going further. Because if every time I draw something, I'll be like, oh man, this drawing sucks. Like, oh, this is like, why did I do this? Like, it's not looking good. Like, that's just a bunch of negative energy that you're putting out there that is not helping. And I see a lot of artists that are starting because they're like, oh man, this is not good. I don't want to show you any of this stuff. Like, okay, but be proud of the things you did. Like, you're doing that. You're in your journey, no? It's like going to the gym for like 3 days and like, man, where are your muscles? Man, show me your muscles. Like, man, I don't have muscles. Like, you know, like, of course.
Do you feel it takes longer without the keyboard shortcuts? Sometimes I feel like I'm losing time drawing on Procreate.
Drawing, no. But painting, yeah. Painting is a little bit of... you gotta paint a bunch on the Procreate so you can find a way to be faster doing the painting, because it's annoying just to go to the menu and then go back and go to the menu and then go back and pick up the color. Maybe I need to set up better my menus and all that. Like if I press here, then I get the color picker and I can like change the color, right? But it's not like as easy as having a keyboard, right?
Well, I don't know if this will help anybody, but I have seen people take, they're kind of like similar to Stream Deck, but I think it was a different device, and they assigned shortcuts on their iPad to it so that they could just work like that and travel. So if you can get a hold of one, it might be worth it. Yeah,
I haven't done that, so that's why I have that opinion, but I'm sure if I find a way to improve the workflow, there's definitely gonna be tools available on how to do that.
¿Usas Procreate porque puedes usarlo en un iPad o porque es mejor para los sketches que Photoshop?
No, utilizo el iPad porque es más fácil llevar los dibujos a donde quieres dibujar. Es como un libro de dibujo, ¿no? Un sketchbook, para mí por lo menos. Y no tienes que estar frente a la computadora pintando todo el tiempo.
Oh.
So you don't need to be in front of the computer painting all the time with Procreate. That's something that I miss, going to coffee shops and sketching a lot.
I saw Eugene translated it right there, so I just went through the trouble of reading that for no reason. I'm sorry. I struggle lately with simplified shapes for chest and pelvis. I still haven't found my method when drawing them in quick poses. Do you have a Discord server?
Yeah, but it's for Patreons only. Only for Patreons. I have that. I don't have an open Discord because I don't know if I can manage all that stuff on my own. To be honest, it's like a lot of work. Unless I have like some mods and I don't know. I like the Patreon like because it's more personal. I know the people who are going there. They know me. Like more like a friendly environment. There's also the artists that have Discords, so I can join those Discords and spend time there.
That's important. I really started to improve once I stopped worrying about my drawings looking horrible.
Yeah, that's right. Like I've done really bad drawings and do the next one, no? Do the next one or try to improve it, but don't give it like, oh, I just did this drawing, but it's not working. Like I feel so bad. Like blah 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 blah. It's just like a bunch of negativity. Again, this is not just like easy. Like oh, you're not gonna think like that and it's done. It is. You have to kind of train yourself. Like oh shit, I'm doing this, and doing again, and talking about this, and it shouldn't be talking about that because, like. Be open to share the work, and even if it doesn't look that great, well, you can always delete it later or save it. I have old work that I have done that I'm like, oh man, that's not that good. Trust me, I have a bunch, and I look at them, I was like, well, that was my level there. I'm not gonna be like, oh man, it's like so bad in the past. Like, what did I do that? But it's just part of the journey. Like looking back, right? Like when you look at old photos, like, oh, this is how I look. This is how things were at the time, right?
I think new artists should be aware of the artist's curse, understanding it's a thing that can be extremely relieving. Is this stream going to be saved on the channel?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any screen covers on your iPad?
No, I don't like that. My iPad is, I've been drawing here a lot, and that stuff is, it has like no scratches. If it has scratches, are like really tiny ones, but nothing that is like noticeable. Micah, what's going on here with this booty?
Well, that's not what my butt looks like in the photo.
No?
No, my ass cheek goes out further.
Oh, okay.
This one here. I don't know what to say about that. It just, that's what I see here.
Let's put some clothes.
Yeah, you can put clothes there. Wait, I've actually told myself I'll never be as good as REIQ recently. Yeah, no, stop doing that. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Like one of the things that helped me to draw, to start drawing, it was when I was buying comic books and like, man, if these people did it, I can do that stuff. I can just also do it. I can try to learn even when there was no materials. I'm like, I'm just gonna draw like and try it. I feel like if you put your effort, you're gonna be able to do it. And it's a journey though. It's a journey. Gonna make sure that it's gonna take probably longer. Or if you're wise enough and you can move faster, then also too good.
Ooh, that's tricky. How do I read that? I can't. Considerarás mejor trabajar con baja resolución.
No, en realidad me gusta trabajar en resolución media. Una resolución alta serían que 6000. How many pixels you use? 6,000?
I don't go by pixels. I use inches.
7,000. You can just buy at least think about the printing size. Oh, I've been talking in fucking English. The question is in Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay. Trabajo en una resolución intermedia, no muy alta. Resolución siempre es 300 dpi, pero el tamaño del documento son 3500. Ese es como la baja, no es muy grande. Pero un poquito más grande serían 5000 píxeles. Un poquito más grande serían como 8000. Así que entre la mitad está bien si son bocetos. Pero siempre intenta de tener el formato de tu página en un tamaño de que se pueda imprimir en tamaño carta, ¿no? En una hoja normal, regular.
Yeah, it's REIQ. Awaken my masters. The comment got hidden though because you put the F word. What is your least favorite thing to draw?
What is it? My favorite thing, like, no.
Your least favorite.
What do you think it is, Mike?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really see REIQ go, ugh, I don't want to draw this. That's more my thing. So, I can't really say. He's usually like, oh, I'm just going to sketch this thing. Not to say that he doesn't struggle on certain things, but he never, like, looks at it as, like, a chore. I think he just looks at it as, like, oh, this is another thing I need to try. At least that's my impression.
Probably a chore would be, like, if I draw something in perspective, like a bookshelf, and I have to draw, like, the books that are gonna be inside there. Like, all of that. Putting all those books and putting all the things. It might be fun, you know?
You don't even have to do that. You could just draw them flat and then warp them in Photoshop.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of really easy ways to solve that. Let me see the comments. México, saludos.
Saludos para mi gente de México.
Wow, you got a super chat.
Wow. I don't know how much is a ARS, but it's red. So I don't know. Is that good? Probably good.
Siranayo. I don't know. REIQ, do you have any advice for someone starting learning to draw from practically zero at age 24? What should I focus on?
Well, my friend, you have to focus. What is it? Fundamentals. Fundamentals. This is the part that is kind of, you have to balance too with like fun drawing, no? You have to have fun drawing time, and then some fun doing the fundamentals. And these fundamentals are like, basic shapes, form. I need to make a list, dude.
Value.
Yeah, like form, value, line work. If it's something basic like that. Shapes.
I'm gonna look up what that is.
Like I was explaining here before in my other page.
He says that it's like Argentinian pesos, like $20. That's still, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No, that's good, man. That's good.
It's also like several.
Yeah, no,
several
that's good,
beers.
man. Whatever is fine.
Anything is appreciated, no matter how big or small.
So yeah, like even like drawing the fundamentals, like I said here, just try to draw some boxes and then try to draw some simple shapes to get used to it, right? Because I feel like it is like whatever you're gonna draw, it can be break down like into simple shape. Like this is like a circle, and then this is a tree, right? This could be a tree. It's a circle where all the leaves are, and then the branch of it. Let me change this track.
I feel like REIQ knows how to draw anything.
Yeah, because you can break it down to simple.
He breaks everything into shape. Everything. And that's how he draws anything.
Right, so you have a tree now. You put some more design to that tree, and then maybe some shadow. But it is just that, right? It's just that. And even when you draw like a robot, it's just the same, right? So if you draw like Optimus Prime from Transformer, it's just a bunch of boxes. That's actually a good exercise. Let's learn drawing with Optimus Prime.
Which one though?
No, the box.
The
boxes.
classic
Yeah,
one?
the classic one. Right? So they're just boxes, and then on top of that you can, you add all the details and you add everything that you want, and then you get a robot, some basic shapes,
Is that actually him?
Yeah.
Are you looking at your model over here?
No.
Oh, okay. Flex.
Man, this is my hero. But not in the movie. Not recently, though.
The Michael Bay one.
No.
I would probably jump out a window if I had to draw that.
Right? So, this is so tiny.
I was wondering why it was so thick.
Yeah, it happens all the time with the iPad. So, yeah, coming back here. So you have to balance these two. Fun drawing and fundamentals. Like, make sure that you're having fun and you're drawing this learning. So you need to balance these two, because if you do a lot of fundamentals and you're only focused on that, if you're cut to just do that and have fun with it, then you're gonna be better. You're gonna have like a lot of fun. But if you feel like you're like, oh, I don't want to draw circles and triangles and all of this stuff, like I just want to draw pretty faces.
Stop calling me out.
I just want to draw pretty faces, and I just want to draw the things that I like to draw, and then
Shh, you're too loud. I'm so attacked.
Then maybe some of the fundamentals will be like lacking. So it's like having fun, but also practicing this.
Shade. That was so shady.
Maybe you have been practicing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're practicing your fundamentals. I mean, if you feel you're projecting, like you said.
You looked at me when you said that. He looked at me, you guys. He looked at me.
I'm looking at her all the time.
Mm-hmm. Please continue.
So yeah. So the fundamentals, I'm gonna make a list for this. Value, form, line, shapes, composition, but that's more like later on. I think composition is for later. But value, form, I would swap form to the first place. And then value, line work, shapes, construction, So there's a lot of things that you have to go through, like anatomy. But anatomy will go after this, at least. I wouldn't start trying to like learn anatomy without like even know how to use values, or like how to draw form. Without form, there's no anatomy, you know.
Yeah, he's drawing me. That he's yeah. Well, it's based on a photo of me. He added gloves. Let's see. Someone says you can drag the color icon onto the screen. I guess to color things quickly.
Yeah, that will just drop the color and like do this.
Yeah, it does a fill. Someone earlier, which I meant to read this comment, but they were asking if you had advice for printing on shirts, but you haven't put them out yet, so I wasn't sure if you'd have anything to say.
About what?
About the shirts.
The shirts, not yet, but I have designs already. They just need to be processed.
Ay, Dios mío, ese culo.
Hey, watch out with what you read, girl.
Oh, what? Oops.
They are complimenting you.
Oh.
I mean, you have to take it as a compliment.
Sorry, I didn't know that was a bad word though to say on YouTube. I mean, thanks, but also I didn't know. Someone says, what do you mean by value?
Value is just the range. Like if you have, this is black, and then you have a values, right?
What is value?
Value is the grayscale, basically.
He's complimenting the sketch, so he wanted to clarify.
So value is the scale from black to from black, from like dark to light, black to white. It's all this range that you have here. So if you can break this value system and then use it on your paintings, like we're gonna change this sound. This sound is always okay. So if you go here and pick up this color, this is gonna be value 1, very light. If you get value 2, you get value 3, and you get value 4. And if you can work with these values, then you can basically render most of the objects. Obviously you can go and use all the range, but if I have this, for example this box, and I pick this value for one side of the object, we have this tone, this value, and you go this on this side, you're gonna have this value. If you go for the top, it's gonna have this other value, very light, right? If I use this one, you can build the shadow. The shadow just go like this, maybe like this.
You know how the value scales from 0 to 10 or whatever? Would it be worthwhile to learn a value scale from 0 to 20?
No, you break it down. Like for me, like example, like my value there is too low. It's not dark enough, so I probably will push a little bit darker, and then I can create that nice, more contrast. But I try to keep it organized. No, I don't want to try to like add too many different values. And this is easy because it's just an object, right? A simple object with some really defined. Sorry, this is eraser. I make mistake. This has to be. Oh, yeah. Right. So you can also have a darker value to accent more your drawing, like. And this works for like anything. Like just imagine that this is a figure, human figure, right? You go to like a darker value, and you can feel that background there. Right? So now my values are like, I mean, this value here is like fading a little bit, but controlling those will help you to like work on your drawings, right? And then as you go, you can push some of them a little bit more darker, a little bit more lighter. Depends on what is the final intent of the. And it's easier with pencils. I think with pencil will be like easier. I was just gonna do like with my rub it with my finger. Right?
So you're getting some questions in. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, was there anyone or anything that got you into art?
I would say my dad. That would be the main, one of the main reasons, probably like drawing. My dad used to draw, and I think from there I just like that and watching cartoons and things like that. But I actually started drawing like later. I always, like any other kid, will draw, but I'm not like the artist say like, oh, I've been drawing since I was a kid, like I've been drawing since forever, like I just draw like any other kid, but I didn't feel like, oh, I'm just drawing for like something, I'm aiming for something. And I will draw things that I like. I will draw like monster trucks when I was a kid, draw like basketball players because I was a lot into the NBA. And later in the school I would draw things for fun, but it was not really serious. What else I would draw? I would draw like Ren, Stimpy, and some characters because in my school people, to be popular, or at least be in the middle of the pack, I will draw, and people you can draw, blah 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 blah, and then I will do that until like I found a friend and he showed me some comic book magazines, and I started watching the X-Men animated series, and my friend has some comic books, and from there I would just go hook into it. And then he later showed me some of the manga, anime, and then I was done. And then I like start drawing more. I got like, it's like finding everything, like, oh my god, So those things got me into drawing. And as I was discovering everything as a otaku weebu, I like a lot of things and wanted to learn. So yeah, also was something that in the school people like recognize. Oh, he knows how to draw. And yeah, I got myself into trouble plenty of times in the school because I will draw like from the comics, and my teacher will be like, "Reynaldo, stop drawing during the class. Put the magazine down." And the principal just took my comics, went to his office. I told him, "Can I get it back?" "No, you have to pay attention." Like, yeah, but look at my grades. And yeah, okay. And come on, man. It's like, that stuff is expensive. Like, at the time I didn't have any money, so like, give me my comics. And yeah, he gave it back. And so it was that battle with my teachers sometimes, like, Ray, stop drawing. But I'm like, yeah, like, I know this stuff that you're teaching here. I get a little bit into trouble, so I became the nerd of the school drawing, but everybody was kind of nerdy anyway with different things. So yeah, one of my teachers like, Ray, stop drawing. And like, say to my teacher, well, teacher, don't you know that this is what I'm gonna be doing in the future? This is my future here, and I'm drawing. And effectively, now I'm talking to my old friends from school and classmates, and like, yeah, man, you were drawing all the time, like, and like, I'm happy you made it, like, doing your drawings and stuff. Like, it's very uncommon in my country to do like drawings and stuff like that. Like, being interested into drawings and painting and things like this. At the time, now there's a lot more people like drawing. Different times too. Is there any other questions there?
Yeah, there are. I was just waiting for you to finish your story. What would be the minimum amount of time a day? Oh, that's Tiana Taylor. A person should spend in practicing.
As much as you can. Try to spread it to the days. Try to spread it through the days, and even if you put 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you will find that. For example, today I say I just gonna do like a little bit of streaming, and then boom, almost like 3 hours passed.
I'd say an hour is about enough time to get warmed up, so it's easy to start going in on the drawings after that.
Yeah, like right now I already warm up, like, so I'm just chilling here, right? But even if you put just a little bit of time every day, that's better than just nothing, right? So it's like, again, I could put the analogy of going to the gym, right? If you go once a week to the gym and you work out hardcore, cool, but that's not gonna like build you whatever muscles you want. It will create some, obviously, a little bit of knowledge, and your body will change a little bit, but it will take a long time. But if you go, consistently, maybe don't work as hardcore, but you go consistently, and then a few months pass, and you'll be like, oh, I got better, or I'm learning this stuff, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe you need more than 5 minutes, no? But the more you can put on it, the better.
Carlos Victor, you can go to the pinned link up in the top of the chat, and there are REIQ's brushes for Procreate on his website, and you can check them out there. How long did it take you to get a full grasp of anatomy?
And this is hard because I drew from comics and things like that, but that's not the best way, because even the comic book artists, they have different ways of doing the muscles, and sometimes they don't even know the muscles. so like some of them, like mid-range artists, are like, "What, dude? That muscle doesn't even exist." Like, especially from the 90s when I was learning how to draw, some muscles were like, "What is this?" Like, the best way to learn anatomy is to do sculpture. If you do some sculpture and you learn some of the muscles, and you can look at videos online of not how to draw them, but like anatomical breakdowns of like medical anatomical videos, and they explain some of the muscles. There's some applications that you can get on your iPad for anatomy where you can click on the muscle and see where it's placed. You can go through different layers. So there's a lot of material, but you have to get used to the shape of them and the function, right? Not only looking at how it looks, but also like what is the function of the muscle. What is it doing? Is it contracting or not? Or what kind of muscles get activated when people do this motion, right? That's a little bit more advanced. But I think sculpture is a great tool because you learn to do the anatomy like 360 degrees, right? Like it's like a 3D. So and also you have that tactile feeling of putting stuff in a clay, molding the muscle, and then just putting it there, right?
Is living in Japan affordable?
Yeah. Well, it depends where you go, but yeah, housing is not that expensive. Well, it depends where you go again. Everything is relative to the place where you go, but overall it's not that crazy expensive. Like, I remember I managed to live for like a month for like $500 in Osaka, in a very good like neighborhood. It was like an Airbnb rented, so. And when I was living with a friend, I only paid like $300 for a room. So yeah, it might not be that expensive, I think what it could be expensive in Japan. Some things can get expensive. I'm trying to think what could be expensive. Like, maybe if you have different hobby things you like, going out at night, going to drink at night in Japan could be expensive. Can pile up pretty quickly. Like, yeah. But like flying all the way there, paying your school might be expensive. Again, depends on the places where you go. If it's like fancy restaurant can be expensive. If you go to like an expensive restaurant, all the ones you can be cheap, you know. I have to think like. Also, if you have friends, they will show you the way. They show you the way to more affordable places to live, and if you live a little bit more to the outsides of the city, the rent will go like pretty low. And if you live in the how do you call this? In the Inaka, in the rural areas, then basically it's for free.
Carlos says hi and that they remember seeing your art 10 years ago.
Damn. Well, Carlos, thank you very much.
Oh, we got another super chat from Eugene. Bro, you getting wasted.
Yeah. Beer could be expensive. Yeah, like $600 for $4 the can. I like the Ebisu beer, so that one is a little bit expensive because it's the best beer of Japan. Let's see. Food is cheap, yeah, can be cheap, but also, you know, it's hard to find vegetables like salads. Eat healthy in Japan is hard.
Really?
Yeah. It is hard to be healthy in Japan. Like,
can't you just buy raw vegetables and make a salad?
They're also expensive. Like they get expensive. Like if you are in the middle of the night, you I wanna eat something like healthy or whatever. Like it's usually like ramen or like some Yoshinoya kind of style of like meat with rice, very simple.
You know what?
Konbini food. It's not that great.
I think that might also just be because like the way that their food is in general is not as like bad for you as American food, so the concern and need to put out salads all the time is probably not as high there.
No, but there's a lot of like if you go to like izakaya, which is like a bar, well, like like izakaya. How you call it, izakaya? What it would be? It's like a place to hang out. They have beers and it can get really expensive. Like I pay like $100 sometimes with a group of friends just eating there. And the food, most of them is nice, but like in the middle of the night you want to find something to eat and it's just like fried stuff everywhere.
Fair enough.
Fried stuff all everywhere. Takoyaki is fried, like yakisoba is fried.
Well, let's see.
Salúdame, Rey. Mi familia está viendo el directo y yo quiero verme cool. Un saludo a Conejo Blog. Conejo Blog.
Kione?
I'm taking a long time to sketch this. Well, so I'm also talking to. Some muscle. Kinniku.
They said open the color icon, then drag from the top to move the whole icon so you don't have to something from the corner every time.
Open the color icon and then drag this. Oh, there you go. Now it's loading. Oh, there you go. We learned something new.
Thank you, Obada.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, this is better. And I was done with the clicking there. All right, there you go. Thank you, ni narimashita. Arigatou gozaimasu. No, there you go. You learn something. You can learn something from everywhere.
I need to study bodies more too. These are like mostly like welcome backs, and I've studied Bridgman, helped me a lot to get the shapes more and stuff. You can just download the whole thing for free. Yeah, anatomy's cool. My favorite muscle is something that I don't even want to bother trying to read because I just don't. But cool, Eugene. How good is your Japanese?
I already said like upper intermediate level. Yeah, I can deal with most of the situations, and I mean, it gets better when if you are there in the spot, no, in Japan. You have to like actually you look at everywhere you look. There's some kanji. There's something you need to read. You will learn faster.
You have to become the new popular VTuber.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be Korono-chan. Korono-chan!
Looking at your Faye Valentine print, will the bigger sizes be stocked again?
Bigger size. The sizes are there. I think that one is available on all sizes.
Yeah, there's a variety of them. I think, unless you're looking at. You did mention you were having issues with your listings, so maybe we have to take a look at that. You could be looking at the old one.
No, I moved that one.
I like the body.
I like the body.
The body is here.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy. I don't know. It's okay. Maybe I need a break.
You know, that's a good conclusion. It's healthy to take breaks.
Yeah, it's healthy to take breaks. And we already did 2 hours and 26 minutes. It feels like more. It feels longer than that. But yeah, I might be going pretty soon, guys. I'm gonna be streaming again in the future, so make sure to subscribe. Make sure to be to ring the bell for notifications. Notification. You get your notification.
Sternocleidomastoid. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't like that word.
Here, this one.
Yeah, he's saying he likes to draw that. Hola, REIQ desde Venezuela. Te conocí gracias a mi maestro, Sama. Stuff I can't read.
Mm-hmm.
Amo como pintas y haces las bases anatómicas. Espero. Yeah, you read that.
Espero llegar algún día a tu nivel. Claro que sí, hermano. Claro que sí. Siga practicando y dibujando todos los días.
When you moved to Japan, what level of Japanese were you at, and how far did you get while studying there?
Man, I thought I knew some Japanese. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. I know a few words. No, when I go to that restaurant the first time, and the lady's asking me, "Nannin sama desu ka?" I'm like, orange juice. Give me some orange juice. Kien seki? En seki desu ka? I'm like, this. So I pointed to something, and so I thought I knew, but I'm like, oh man, like I don't even know what's going on here. That was like the first day. But then later, I'm like, oh, going out, and from the friends with the school, and taking risk. You're like, well, you know what? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna ask these people what they think. And if you go out during the night, people drinking and stuff, like, hey, what's up? You can start making conversation with people pretty easily.
Oh, a few people have to go. Aegis and Cobalt have to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving pretty soon too, because I need to skate. I need to do some exercise, guys. Don't forget to do exercise as well, to move your cheeks.
¿Ella es tu novia?
I don't know. Yeah, she is my girlfriend.
Oh. I didn't know about this on Procreate. LOL, thank you. Sir, we speak English here. Like, okay. I was just trying to read the comments so that he doesn't have to keep looking up. Oh, I came late. I was cleaning the bathroom. Priorities.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this is a good point to end the stream. We did a lot of sketching, a lot of talking. It's almost 2 hours and a half. That will be good for me, and to later do some work. Maybe Soso might be streaming later, so you can also join her later. I think she will stream. I'm not sure. But just make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. Suscribe. Suscribe tu mapaje. Tu mapaje.
You paje.
Yeah, tu mapaje. Suscribe tu mapaje. Pléase.
Playas.
Pléase.
Oh, jeez.
Suscribe tu mapaje. Pléase.
Playase.
Pléase. And follow.
Well, you got another beer.
Follow Twitch. Things like that.
Mira, REIQ.
Oh,
We got one.
Eugene, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for all the tips. You guys should follow Eugene Sample.
Yeah, like go follow him.
So follow Twitch, and yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks
LOL Spanglish.
for watching.
Spanish 101 from REIQ.
Quema. Owaru quema. Owari desu quema. So, that's right, guys. Make sure to drink water, to exercise, to sketch, to have fun, to enjoy life, and just stick around. I might be doing more streams this weekend on YouTube and also on Twitch. And check my channel. Oh, Yeti Show is here too. Yeah.
Check out tu Twitch inmediatamente.
Oh, I can hear the notifications from Twitch. So
Yeah, you're getting follows.
yay! So make sure to follow there too. And yeah, have a great day, guys. It's gonna be. Oh, I can hear the sound.
Yeah.
We getting followers by Rafariti, and many more.
Whoa, you got another one.
Dude,
Bruh.
thank you for the rum. Give me some rum. That's alcohol rum. Rum.
I don't think that's what that is.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. このストリーム見てくれてありがとうございます。
Jet! It's Jet!
Yeah, Yeto-san is also here, so make sure you can check the Jet show. He has also a YouTube channel.
Yeah, go follow him now. Or else I'll have to square up with all of you in the parking lot of a Wendy's or something.
Wendy's.
Yeah, I'm being ultra specific.
Oh, we have another follower from Twitch. So, yeah.
Is that follow sound one of you? No.
That's Panda Python.
Wow, you got another one.
Dude, you guys gonna make me stop. You're gonna like, I'm not gonna leave here.
I mean, yeah, you should just stay, honestly.
Yeah, okay, well, false alarm. I'm staying here for another 5 hours.
I'll keep you awake. Every time you fall asleep, I can spray you with water or something. You are all over the place. That's not true, Jet.
No, Jet is everywhere too, so you guys can check his work. And we got some explanations here about values, things like that. We did some like cowgirl getting, being so happy because people are asking for milk. And another sketch we did today is kind of like
Animal girl themes.
Yeah, animal girl things and some like early warm-ups. You can see not that great, but good enough. And some other drawings and explanations. So yeah, that was the stream for today. So yeah, probably gonna put some of these somewhere else. So yeah. Alright guys, now I'm gone. Okay?
What? No, you have to stay. You're getting more tips than a drag queen.
Oh well, this put a Micah to stream.
I mean, I'm actually gonna work on some Yu-Gi-Oh art pretty soon. So, but too bad we can't raid each other on YouTube.
Yeah.
Year of the Cow will be popular.
I think it's already popular.
That is true.
Alright, guys. I'm done. Take care. Oh, whoa. Checking the camera here. So see you guys. Take care. And live happy. And make sure to check my website because I have stickers. Many cool stickers with different like...
Do you have a full screen camera mode?
No.
You should make one so you can show off your stickers.
Okay. Next time. So stay tuned. More streams coming this weekend. And yeah, I've been saying goodbye for like...
Is that Sozo? Yeah, me. Hello. John. Bye, guys.